What is up, YouTube? You're trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, man. You came to the right place, bro. Why? It's simple. We're teaching you how to body recomp in this video. If you do not know what body recomp means, well, body recomp means building muscle and losing fat at the same time. And that is going to be the start of many people's fitness journeys, as well as the reboot of many people's fitness journeys. But we're not going to be worrying about that today. I'm going to be teaching you guys, telling you guys tips on how to really do body recomp and shred while building quality muscle. The first thing you want to do when you're recomping is be in a slight calorie deficit. And when I say slight, I mean slight. I mean like 50 to 100 calories. That is really going to help you tremendously. Why? Well, when you decrease them 50 to 100 calories, it's not like you're going to be in a huge deficit. So that is not going to stop your muscle growth, but it will accelerate your fat growth, fat loss, and you will still be able to build muscle. Why is this so valuable? Well, what is the one thing that everybody wants on planet Earth? The majority, like, everybody wants to build muscle and everybody wants to lose fat. Body recomp is the holy grail because you can do those two at the same time. Science, man, that's really how the body is working. The type of training I suggest is hypertrophy training. I suggest doing 14 reps, and I suggest doing 3 to 4 sets of the exercise, whatever exercise you're doing. Simply because that's going to help you build muscle. You want hypertrophy training. You do not want strength training. You want to build muscle. And building muscle is a lot of reps and a lighter weight. I cannot stress that enough. And that is also going to help you lose fat because those extra reps will burn off more calories. Anyways, that was a good tip, but back onto the eating. Eating wise, you want to eat 50 to 100 calories below your maintenance, and you want to be eating about 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and that is going to make sure that you build muscle as well as lose fat, because protein burns off when it goes into your body. 30% of the protein burns off, so that's the calories in it. It takes calories to burn. I definitely suggest eating a lot of protein, especially on a recomp. On a recomp and a diet, that's when you need the most protein. While you bulk, you need less. It usually be like that sometimes. It is what it is. Recovery wise, I suggest you I suggest you sleep at least 6 to 8 hours a day. 7 to 8 hours a day. I suggest you sleep that time because, bro, if you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to be able to build muscle, and you're not going to be able to lose fat. It will greatly reduce the time that you could do it. It will not reduce the time, but it will lengthen it. And you do not want that to happen, simply because you do not want to get off track. You want the quickest results as possible and the best quality results as possible. I definitely suggest doing that. Supplement wise, I suggest taking creatine. Creatine is a very good supplement. It puts puts water into your muscle, and it expands it, and each set, it's going to help your muscle grow. It's going to help recovery. And there's a misconception around creatine, and it makes you bloated. It doesn't make you bloated. It just fills your muscles up with water and makes your muscles bigger. Everybody wants that, right? But it's short term. You get off creatine and your muscles will not be bigger, they will get smaller just simply because the water is not in them anymore. But there's no biggie, that it really is no biggie. Your muscle is 70% water after all. Another supplement I suggest is BCAAs. Why? Well, you don't really need BCAAs, but they could be a good part of keeping that muscle growth intact, simply because when you're sipping on BCAAs throughout the day, you're constantly putting that basic building block of muscle in your body, and that is going to make sure you're not missing out on a single bit of growth throughout the day whatsoever. So BCAAs is another great way to supplement your recomp. Another tip before I end this video is you do not want to get weaker during your recomp. I definitely suggest keeping your strength, if not gaining strength, simply because recomps are not supposed to make you lose strength. If you lose strength in a recomp, you lose both ways, because you lose muscle wise simply because your muscle is being lost. It's not there. Your muscle is really being lost. Why? Well, when you don't really get stronger and you get weaker, that means you're losing muscle. When you're losing muscle, you're gonna look skinny fat, because you're gonna have that fat on you, and you might even look a little fatter if you lose muscle. And you'll look skinny fat, and that is not a good look at all. You definitely want to make sure you keep that strength. You shouldn't lose strength, you should gain strength on a recomp. Even though you are in a very slight calorie deficit, you definitely want to make sure you are not losing any strength whatsoever, because that means you are not making any gains, you are only losing gains. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Gorilla FNS was on the scenes, and now I'm out. Peace.